Your Volkswagen suspension is dying right now, and you're the one killing it. Every single day, you're making mistakes that are costing you thousands of dollars in premature repairs. But here's the crazy part. Everything I'm about to show you is completely free. These aren't expensive upgrades or complicated modifications. These are simple habits that Volkswagen engineers designed into your car, but nobody ever taught you how to use them properly. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make your suspension last 2, 3, even 4 times longer than the average driver. Let's get into it. Number 1. You're approaching speed bumps all wrong. Here's something that happens 1,000 times in the life of your car. You see a speed bump ahead, you slow down, and you roll over it. Seems simple enough, right? Wrong. The way most people approach speed bumps is absolutely destroying their suspension components. When you hit a speed bump at an angle, with one wheel crossing before the other, you're creating an asymmetric loading situation that your suspension was never designed to handle repeatedly. Your shock absorbers, control arms, and bushings are all engineered to compress and extend in a symmetrical pattern. When you go over obstacles at an angle, you're forcing one side of your car to do all the work while the other side is barely loaded. The correct technique is deceptively simple. Approach speed bumps straight on, with both front wheels hitting at exactly the same time. Slow down to about 5 miles per hour and let both wheels rise and fall together. Your suspension compresses evenly, the load distributes properly across both sides of the car, and every component works exactly as Volkswagen designed it to work. After your front wheels clear the bump, don't accelerate. Let your rear wheels cross at the same slow speed, straight on, without any steering input. The moment you start turning while crossing a speed bump, you're introducing lateral forces that multiply the stress on your suspension components by factors of 3 or 4. Volkswagen spent millions engineering your suspension to handle vertical forces, but when you twist and turn while compressed, you're creating side loads that exceed the design parameters. Number 2. Your tire pressure is killing your shocks. Walk out to your Volkswagen right now and check your tire pressure. If you're like most people, your tires are probably anywhere from 5 to 10 psi lower than they should be. Maybe you checked them 6 months ago, or maybe you just rely on the tire pressure monitoring system to warn you when something's wrong. Either way, you're slowly destroying your suspension. Underinflated tires create a cascade of problems that directly impact suspension life. When your tire pressure is low, the sidewalls flex more than they should with every single bump and imperfection in the road. This excessive flexing means your tires aren't absorbing the small impacts like they're designed to. Instead, all that energy transfers directly into your suspension components. Your shock absorbers are designed to handle a specific amount of force based on properly inflated tires. When your tires are soft, your shocks have to work harder to control the extra movement. They're cycling more frequently, compressing further, and dealing with impacts that should have been absorbed by your tire sidewalls. A shock absorber that should last 100,000 miles might only make it to 60,000 because it's been working overtime every single day. The solution is almost too simple to believe. Check your tire pressure every single month without fail. The correct pressure is on a sticker inside your driver's door jamb, not the maximum pressure listed on the tire sidewall, but the specific pressure that Volkswagen calculated for your exact model. That number isn't arbitrary. It's the result of extensive testing to optimize tire life, fuel economy, handling, and most importantly, suspension longevity. Number 3. You're overloading your vehicle. Without realizing it, pop your trunk right now and honestly assess what's in there. That toolbox, those bags of concrete from last month, the sports equipment, the emergency supplies. Add it all up, and you might be shocked to discover you're driving around with an extra 200 or 300 pounds of cargo every single day. Your Volkswagen suspension is calibrated for a specific weight range. When you permanently add hundreds of pounds of unnecessary weight, you're fundamentally changing how your suspension operates. Overloading causes your springs to sit in a compressed state all the time. Springs are designed to cycle through their range of motion, but when they're perpetually compressed from excessive weight, they develop a memory. The metal actually begins to fatigue and deform. The shock absorbers suffer even worse. They're now operating in a portion of their stroke that should only be used occasionally. The piston seals wear faster, the damping fluid heats up more than it should, and the entire shock assembly degrades at an accelerated rate. When your suspension is constantly compressed from excess weight, you lose ground clearance. That means you're more likely to bottom out over bumps that your car should normally clear. The fix is straightforward, but requires discipline. Remove everything from your car that doesn't need to be there. Keep your emergency kit and essentials, but get rid of the accumulated junk. If you're hauling something heavy, take it out as soon as you reach your destination. Check your owner's manual for your vehicle's maximum payload capacity and stay within those limits. Number 4. You're ignoring the warning signs. Your Volkswagen is talking to you every single day, sending signals that something in the suspension needs attention. But most people ignore these warning signs until something catastrophically fails, and by then, the damage has spread to other components that could have been saved. When you go over bumps, your car should feel controlled and planted. One single bounce, then settled. If you're experiencing multiple bounces, like the car is rocking back and forth, your shock absorbers are already done. They've lost their damping ability, and every day you continue driving like this, you're accelerating wear on every other suspension component. Worn shocks allow excessive suspension movement, which means your springs are cycling more than they should. Your bushings are twisting beyond their design limits. Everything downstream from those failed shocks is now working harder and wearing faster. What could have been a $400 shock replacement turns into a $2,000 suspension overhaul because you waited too long. Listen for clunking noises, especially when turning at low speeds or going over bumps. A clunk isn't just annoying. It's a mechanical component that is worn to the point where metal is moving against metal with clearance that shouldn't exist. Every clunk represents an impact that's propagating through your suspension system, damaging parts that are still good. Pay attention to uneven tire wear. If the inside or outside edges of your tires are wearing faster than the center, your alignment is off. But alignment doesn't just drift randomly. Something in your suspension has moved or worn to the point that the wheels are no longer pointing in the correct direction. The uneven tire wear is just a symptom pointing to a worn suspension component. Number 5. Your driving style is the real problem. This is the one nobody wants to hear, but it's probably the most important factor in suspension longevity. The way you drive has more impact on how long your suspension lasts than any other single factor. Two people can drive identical Volkswagens, and one will need suspension work at 60,000 miles while the other goes to 150,000 on original components. The difference is driving style. Let's start with potholes. You see that crater in the road ahead, and most people swerve to avoid it, often at the last second. When you swerve aggressively, you load the outside suspension components heavily, while the inside components are an extension. Then you hit the pothole with one wheel while the suspension is already twisted. The impact forces multiply exponentially. The correct technique requires more awareness and earlier action. If you see a pothole far enough ahead, slow down smoothly and either avoid it with a gentle lane adjustment or hit it straight on at reduced speed. If you don't see it until the last second, the counterintuitive answer is to not swerve. Take the hit with both wheels if possible, keeping the car straight and the suspension loaded evenly. Aggressive acceleration and braking destroys suspensions faster than almost anything else. Every time you punch the throttle from a stop, you're creating a weight transfer that compresses your rear suspension and extends your front. Then, when you brake hard, all that weight shifts forward. This constant weight transfer is abusing your suspension components. Smooth driving is the secret to suspension longevity. Accelerate gradually, brake progressively, and avoid sudden steering inputs. Being deliberate and smooth with your inputs will dramatically extend the life of every wear component in your suspension system. Volkswagen tests their components under laboratory conditions with controlled inputs. The closer you can keep your driving to smooth controlled inputs, the longer your components will last. Number 6. You're skipping alignments after impacts. You hit a pothole or you slide into a curb while parking. The car still drives fine. Nothing feels wrong, so you continue on with your life. But here's what happened that you can't feel. That impact moved something, maybe just slightly, but something in your suspension geometry shifted. Your wheel alignment is the relationship between your wheels, the road, and your vehicle's chassis. When you take a significant impact, you can bend a control arm microscopically, shift a subframe mounting point, or compress a bushing enough to change its resting position. Your alignment is now off, even if it's just by half a degree. This misalignment causes uneven loading. One ball joint might be carrying more force than the other. One side of your control arm bushing might be compressed more than the other side. Your shock absorbers might be working at a slight angle, instead of purely vertically. All of these small discrepancies add up to accelerated wear patterns. The solution is simple, but requires discipline. After any significant impact, have your alignment checked. Not adjusted necessarily, but checked. Most shops will do a quick alignment inspection for free or minimal cost. If everything is still within specification, great. If something is out of spec, you can make the correction before it causes uneven tire wear and premature suspension component failure. Even without impacts, you should have your alignment checked every 20,000 miles or so. Normal wear on bushings and suspension components can gradually alter your alignment over time. Catching these changes early and making corrections keeps everything working as designed. Number 7. You're using the wrong parts for replacement. Eventually, no matter how well you maintain your suspension, some components will need replacement, but the parts you choose make an enormous difference in how long your suspension will last going forward. And this is where most people make critical mistakes. The temptation is to go cheap. You find control arms for half the price of OEM Volkswagen parts or shocks for $60 each instead of the $200 originals. It seems like an easy way to save money, and in the short term, it is. But cheap suspension parts are cheap for a reason. The materials are lower quality, the manufacturing tolerances are looser, and the engineering is often just good enough to fit, not good enough to match OEM performance and longevity. Aftermarket control arms might use bushings made from harder rubber compounds that don't absorb vibration as well. The ball joints might have looser tolerances that create play from day one. These parts will bolt into your car and work, but they won't last nearly as long as proper OEM components. Shock absorbers are even more critical. A quality shock from Volkswagen or from premium brands like Bilstein or Sachs is engineered specifically for your vehicle's weight, spring rates, and handling characteristics. A cheap shock might feel okay when new, but it will fade quickly and fail prematurely. Here's the economics that most people miss. If you install cheap parts and they last half as long as OEM parts, you haven't saved money. You've actually spent more when you factor in the labor costs of replacing the same component twice. Plus, while those cheap parts are failing prematurely, they're often damaging other suspension components in the process. Use OEM Volkswagen parts for critical components like control arms, ball joints, and tie rod ends. Your suspension is not the place to save a few dollars at the expense of long-term reliability. Number 8. You're not protecting your suspension from salt and corrosion. If you live anywhere that uses road salt during winter, this section could save you thousands of dollars. Salt is the silent killer of suspension components. It's not just about rust. It's about how corrosion changes the way your suspension operates and destroys components from the inside out. Bushings are the most vulnerable. These rubber components are bonded to metal sleeves and outer shells. When salt works its way into the tiny gaps between the rubber and metal, it begins corroding the metal surface. This corrosion breaks down the bonding between the rubber and metal. The bushing might look fine from the outside, but internally, the rubber has separated from its metal mounting points. Ball joints are even more susceptible. These components have rubber boots that seal grease inside and keep contaminants out. Road salt can deteriorate these rubber boots over time. Once a boot tears, even slightly, salt and moisture enter the joint. The grease gets contaminated, it loses its lubricating properties, and the metal ball and socket begin grinding against each other. The wear accelerates exponentially, and the ball joint fails. Shock absorbers have chrome-plated piston rods that slide through seals. Salt pitting on these chrome rods can damage the seals, causing the shock to leak damping fluid. Even small pits in the chrome act like tiny cutting edges that slice the seals every time the shock cycles. The protective measures are straightforward, but require consistency. During winter months, rinse the underside of your car regularly. Focus on the wheel wells and suspension components. The goal is to wash away the salt before it has time to do serious damage. After winter ends, consider having your car professionally undercoated or treated with a protective spray. Products like fluid film create a barrier between your suspension components and the corrosive environment. Number 9. You're not following the maintenance schedule. Your Volkswagen Owner's Manual contains a maintenance schedule that includes suspension components, but most people never look beyond oil changes and tire rotations. Volkswagen Engineering spent years determining the optimal service intervals for every system in your car, including the suspension. Most VW maintenance schedules call for suspension inspection at every major service interval, typically every 20 to 30,000 miles. During these inspections, a technician should be checking for worn bushings, loose ball joints, leaking shocks, damaged boots, and any other signs of wear or damage. Some components have specific replacement intervals based on mileage or age. Bushings have a typical lifespan of around 80 to 100,000 miles under normal use, but that lifespan assumes you're following all the other advice in this video. Shock absorbers are typically good for 50 to 70,000 miles. Though high-quality units can last over 100,000 miles with good driving habits and proper maintenance, the false economy is skipping these scheduled inspections to save the diagnostic fee. You might save $50 now, but you'll lose $500 later when a worn component that should have been caught early ends up damaging other parts. Preventive maintenance is always cheaper than repair. Following your maintenance schedule isn't optional if you want maximum longevity. The bottom line. There you have it. 9 critical mistakes you're probably making right now that are slowly destroying your Volkswagen suspension. But here's the good news. Every single one of these mistakes is completely fixable starting today. You don't need expensive tools, you don't need to be a mechanic, and you don't need to spend a fortune on upgrades. You just need to change your habits. Check your tire pressure monthly. Approach speed bumps straight on at low speeds. Remove unnecessary weight from your car. Pay attention to warning signs and address them immediately. Drive smoothly and deliberately. Get your alignment checked after impacts. Use quality parts when replacements are needed. Protect your suspension from salt and corrosion. And follow your maintenance schedule religiously. Do these things consistently, and your suspension will last 2, 3, even 4 times longer than the average driver. You'll save thousands of dollars in repairs, your car will handle better and ride smoother, and you'll maintain better resale value. It's literally the easiest way to protect one of your biggest investments. If this video saved you money or taught you something new, smash that like button and subscribe because I'm dropping more money-saving car knowledge every single week. Drop a comment and let me know which mistake you were making so we can learn from each other. And remember, your suspension is the connection between your car and the road. Take care of it, and it will take care of you.